Green Home Energy TV.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Green Home TV. I am Mark Pachak, and I'm on my way to a renovation project that we're working on today in Pontiac. We posted the audit results. We then met with the homeowner, who actually in this case is a landlord of this property. It's not a personal residence. Today we are going to be implementing all the things that we discussed with them. They decided to go with the entire scope of work, which is fantastic. It's really going to do a lot of difference, make a huge difference in this home. We're going to be air sealing all the major penetrations on the exterior, foaming behind all the plugs, sealing up all the plugs, which are major air leaks, caulking and air sealing around all the doors and windows on the interior. They had a special situation with a bay window that had no insulation, it was cantilevered, and underneath was completely exposed. So we're going to be sealing that up, and they're going to be blowing in a lot of cellulose in the attic. It's a bungalow, which are notoriously always impossible to insulate. But our insulation installers are top-notch, and we figured out a way to get up there. So we're going to insulate that, and I gotta say, when we're all finished with this, it's going to make a major difference in the home, and their tenants are going to have a much higher level of comfort in this home. If they hadn't done anything, that second story would have been roasting in the summertime, and probably pretty freezing in the wintertime. So coming up here, I will throughout the day get some video clips of us doing the work, so you can see exactly what it is that we do, how we do it, and what the finished product looks like. Okay, we're here in our house in Pontiac today. One of the larger problems this house had was it had no insulation in the attic. So we have our insulation guys here, and what they're doing right now is pumping the blown cellulose into the attic cap. Bungalows are notoriously difficult to insulate, so what we had to do is cut two access holes in the top. You can see the one there and the other where he's working, and we're blowing it in from the roof. So this way we can look through the other holes, see how even our coverage is, and make sure we have an even R value across the attic cap. We got a bunch of other things we're going to be doing today, so we'll bring those to you later. See, we're now upstairs with Brian here, and he's getting ready to hop in this access hole that we've drilled here behind the knee wall. It's really the only way to get in there, and he's gonna, believe it or not, make it through that hole and blow in blow that part of the ceiling to R49.
That's right, R49.
So we'll see him crawl in there. We'll fire up the machine, and that blown in cellulose will come in from truck down there. So I still don't know how you guys fit through there. I guess we'll find out in a sec. So now he's in there blowing it in. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see a little bit that cellulose is flying through there, and he's blowing it in. And he's going to do that about we're a foot worth of it, and we'll get to an R49 in there, which is going to drastically reduce the heat costs up here, because after they crawled in there was absolutely no insulation. So this is going to make a world of difference. Alright, we're down in the basement where Sean is working on blocking up the top of the wall. You can see that daylight coming through, and we have a cantilever bay window. Had absolutely no air sealing through. There was just some old insulation and newspaper.
Yep. And
we were actually reading the newspaper from 1966 that was shoved in there. So what we're doing now is putting this foam board in there, which will seal it up, and then we're going to hit it with spray foam, which will completely air seal it, which should make a world of difference here. And you can see we're going to spray up underneath, under that bay window up there, which will make a lot of difference upstairs also. So we'll show you when we're spraying this in also. So now we're back down in the basement after they sprayed, and we weren't down here while they were spraying, just because you don't want to be too close to it while they're spraying if you don't have a mask on. But now you can see that's the same, these are the same joists here where we were looking, you saw daylight earlier. And now what you're looking at, that's a spray foam if you can get in there and see, that stuff is a great insulator, and it also creates an air barrier. No air's getting in or out, so that very drafty rim joist here going out to that cantilevered bay window is now sealed up. And so we've got this, just so you can see, we've got this all around the exposed rim joist here in this basement, and that is going to make an enormous difference because the rim joist is always notoriously leaky. Coming up next, we're going to get these old drafty windows here. Those are going to be replaced with glass block, and there's no airflow through there. So once we're done, this basement's going to be a lot more airtight, and they're going to notice a drastic difference in the amount of air leakage in this home. So what we're doing here is we've taken the plates off, and we're foaming behind the electrical boxes because the plugs in the exterior walls are always notorious for being real leaky, and this particular house was extremely leaky. So we foam it in behind there, put these little foam fillers on the face of it, and then gaskets on there, and then we put the plate back on top. Not this plate because it's kind of bent. We got new plates for it, and that should seal up and stop any air leakage. So now what we're doing is running the blower door to feel the air leaks around the windows, and we're caulking around the house. So now we're upstairs in the second story, and where you can really see, when you blow the smoke pencil, see how that's blowing out by the, you can see that take off, and that's where the leaks are, and that's where we need to caulk behind the trim there. And you can go around and feel like in these tongue and groove homes are the worst. Here, let's see, you can see that blow away. And this is with the blower door running again, so we're gonna have to try to caulk as much as possible up here. You can see, here's Gene.
How you doing?
Yeah, caulking that up, filling in all those grooves, and that's going to eliminate a lot of the air leakage.